right, this is our last scheduled speech. No, Dakota, you're planning to go today, right? Which Dakota is that? It's Dakota. We'll get through Timmy's first.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. This is a quote from Steve Jobs, one of the founders of Apple. Often thinking about innovation with the products he made, he also said, "The innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower." How well do you know Steve Jobs' career? Most people only think about this last decade, but he got started way before that. His career took him to a few different companies, from Apple to Next to Pixar and then back to Apple. He was born in San Francisco on February 25th, 1955, and later he went to Reed College for 2 years. He dropped out to travel to India to study Eastern religions, but he always had an interest in computers since his youth. His computer career started around 1976 when he joined Homebrew Computer Club and met Steve Wozniak. They decided to partner together to make a computer, but they became more known for the Apple II, which made $200 million in 3 years. The founding of Apple started the industry of the personal computer. Before, computers took up whole rooms, but with Apple computers, they took up a desktop. Apple tried to stay ahead of competitors such as IBM with computers like Lisa and the Apple III. Both computers had a mixture of technical and marketing issues, so they didn't sell well. In 1984, Jobs revealed the Macintosh, a highly innovative computer with icons that you clicked on with a newly invented mouse. Unfortunately, a downturn came for Jobs and Apple with poor sales from the Macintosh because of a high price point, so he left the company because of it in 1985. When leaving Apple, he took some of the employees with him to form Next, a company focused on computers for schools. Problems with the computer included the black and white screen and the high price point, so it didn't end up selling well. With the poor sales, he decided to purchase a small animation company, Pixar, for $10 million from George Lucas. After a few years of working with the company, their big breakthrough came with the animated movie Toy Story. Steven invested $60 million on this movie, so it really needed to do well at the box office. Jobs took more of an interest with the project as it got closer to completion, since he was busy with Next, which was struggling financially. After the movie came out, Pixar received a huge increase in profits from the movie, and the movie made Pixar a household name. It even made Jobs a billionaire. Then, the company went on to make 6 other great animated movies, with Monsters, Inc. having record numbers for the first week out at the box office. During this time, Apple was having troubles of their own. Nearly going bankrupt, the company first hired Jobs as a consultant, but then had him be the CEO again in 1997. With Jobs at the helm, the company began to see amazing rebounds with the iPod. Being launched with the slogan, 1,000 songs in your pocket, it was very successful, and 2 years later, they released iTunes for Windows and Mac users. The iPod, and its later versions, such as the Classic, Shuffle, Nano, and Touch, has made the market of the MP3 device. And again, Jobs showed how innovation really defines a company. Also during this time, Apple reduced the total number of models of computers, but increased their overall quality. The MacBook and MacBook Air are examples of how Steve focused on making sleek and quality products. Being ahead of the technology curve, Apple again changed the industry with the iPhone and the iPad. Both used touchscreens as their main way of controlling the device, and it was the iPad that kick-started the tablet market. Steve ran the company in his last decade to make some of the most unique electronics ever created. From starting out with Wozniak and the Apple II to working with Pixar and Next, and finishing his career back at Apple, Jobs always wanted to be a leader with what he made. He had trouble at times, but with hard work, he was able to persevere through and come out on top with movies like Toy Story or Monsters, Inc., or products like the iPod and iPad. In closing, let me ask you this. What would you listen to music on if there was no iPod? Would it still be a CD player? As Jobs said, people would judge you by your performance, so focus on the outcome.